we are going to map out the plan here of what we're going to do. Now, like I said in an earlier video, this is an anti-run-on valve out of a later MG setup that involves relays and oil pressure switches, and it causes a vacuum from the intake manifold to purge the valves over there. It's not the point of what I did. I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to put it back, of course, because, and I hate to say it, but I may even take out the distributor. I'm not too scared about that. Half a degree of one way or another is not going to hurt anything. And then you got to take, let's take a look at the way this is. Now, okay. Then there's your tachometer cable. We'll pull that out. There's a breathing pipe coming from the side of the block. This thing had all kind of breathing to it. And then we're going to remove this oil filter assembly. That's that chrome looking thing. I may powder coat that because it tends to, as you can see, it tends to kind of pit. It's pitted and a little rusty. It's I don't like those rust pits on there. There you go, you can see it better now. And then way down in there is the starter, which actually hits the floorboard. When you engage the starter, you can see the floorboard sort of move a little bit. It's sort of funny. So I'm going to take all this out and clean it up, and you know what that means. We are going to employ these things. Well, of course they're back up in there as far as you can get. Oh, they're gonna, because I'm gonna need to get all three of them out of there. That's one of the, oops, bing a bang a boom. We're going to do this thing here and catch the oil. That's one of the great things about the wildfire lift. The other great thing is that thing there, man. I gotta tell you that that jack thing just saves all kinds of trouble. It turns this like into a 4-poster armed lift. Except it's better and safer. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and step one. Well, let me tell you what I've done so I can remember what I've done. So I've disconnected this this anti-run-on valve. The jury's still out on that. That just is that was sort of a fun kind of thing to try. I don't think I'm going to put this back in unless I have trouble. And I think the alternator may have been giving me trouble. I don't know. That never worked so great anyway. It did work, but not so great. And the distributor's out, and that's good. And I want to make a little montage of the things I've done. I've got the distributor cap tied out of the way. I've got the tachometer disconnected. I got a rag stuffed in there. There's the tachometer. I've got a hose, a breathing hose, taken off here and here. This is the if the fuel comes out thing. I'll probably may have to decide on rerouting that. I've got to make some kind of connector for here. That goes down to the power brake system I put in it. That goes to my vacuum advance. So I want to check all those connections over there, make sure we don't have an air leak. These things are designed to leak air. Actually, they have those drains. This car has those drains in the intake manifold for excessive gasoline. So what we've got here is we're about to pull this system off here. Now, I would imagine that I could probably just go for the gold and just pull the whole dang thing out. That's probably what I'll do. But that thing's mighty rusty. Ooh, look at all the spiders. They are ex-spiders, but spiders nevertheless. Okay, so let's get in there. Now remember that padding material you see against on the firewall there, on the bulkhead, that is asbestos. I soaked it down with paint when I got the car. So don't mess with that stuff unless you're approved to do so. And they make aftermarket stuff, but if you just If you just soak it real good and make it flammable, I guess, but it's not really flame so much as it is heat. Don't mess with that stuff. When you see this on these old cars, if you see anything kind of fuzzy or coated or around a pipe or something, remember that could be asbestos. Mesothelioma, I believe they call it. Don't want that. I was watching poor old Diesel Creek today where his GoPro went out. No, not his GoPro. And I've been through that mess. And then I got the Nikon Coolpix 500. Pretty good. This is a Sony something or rather. This thing was a lot of bones, but I don't know what it is, but just get yourself a good camera. You know, Mick, we were in South Charlotte one day, and we got this little thumb thing that goes into tools. And man, it was a buck and big barrel, and I thought, well, I'm here, I'll just get something. That has been very useful. It goes 3/8 down to 1/4, and so anyway, that thing just comes in just dang handy. So I'm about ready to pull this out of here. I got my fender cover on. Well, on the fender. I'm not wearing a fender cover, of course. But this little thing, this little pitty here, that is one helpful thing. And you need to know too, you probably won't be getting that bolt out. You have to kind of put this thing down in there with it. But that's okay because it holds the gasket. So very useful tool there. So let's see if I can get this thing out of here and actually show you some of my work here for a change. I can only, there we go. Oh, now we're gonna let her, I'm gonna get this thing out of here. And we'll open her up, and where's my oil drain thing? So, oh, there it comes. Oh, there goes the bolt. You got to choose your poison here. I think I'm gonna cut me some gaskets out of leather or something. That's usually what I do on these old cars. I prefer, well, it don't look like there's that much oil in it. I guess most of it does drain back. I would like to look in there. It only wants to drip when I don't have anywhere for it to go. I would like to see what's in there. So let's well, that's already dirty. It's better than nothing. So we'll just let's just see how much oil hides in that thing. I wonder what kind of filter I have in this. There it comes. I'm going to ultrasonic all this stuff. Try to say that might be a leather gasket I cut already. If so, I'll just reuse it. So I guess I'll take her up and change her oil. That looks pretty bad. I considered not doing that. I considered just wish I'd have thought about cleaning that up first, but it doesn't really matter. That oil's got to go. I considered just changing the filter because the oil's not that bad, and you can just tell by smelling it and looking at it that it doesn't. That's not oil, that's me. Oh no, that's oil. I thought that was me. Being drippy again. It's very hot out here. So now, really the point of this is to hope that we can get to that starter. Ooh, that starter looks pretty rough. You sort of consider, look at that auxiliary oiler going up from the oil gallery up to the distributor housing. Now, do you want to take that thing off and clean it too? Yeah. And you want to take that dipstick out and powder coat it red or yellow or something? Yeah, I do. Might take, I don't think I'll take that oiler off. It's not dripping anywhere. So let's see about getting this starter out. That is going to be very difficult at best. Probably have to go up and down on the lift a little bit. But let's get the bottom bolt out, and I don't think I can get my hand in there. I'm sure that's 9/16. So let's go. Let's pull this filter out. Let's do something I can get to right now here in a minute, just kind of for fun. All right, that's a 5/8 on the end of this one. That generally is 5/8. I was so lucky to find this thing. I still have it, and it had a spin-on adapter. How fun is that? Look at all the chance for oil leaks there. Oh my gosh, I mean, why would you want to lessen that chance? Let's see what I did here. It looks to me like it might have been a felt one. Yep, it was. And I might do that again. Ooh, that was a good one too. You can still see it. I got a couple of these. And you got to remember to get your gasket out of there and try to replace it. And take this apart. Let me get a good picture of it and see that it goes on this way. And pretty obvious actually, but I just kind of makes you feel better having a little bit of a photo record in there. That thing looks good. Let's see if there's any now on the Jaguar, when I pulled that can off, there was actually dirt piled up in the bottom. So let me see about getting this starter out of here. Wish me luck. Let's take a look and I'll show you where I am after a little bit of spider work. So you don't have a lift for this, your world hurt. So here's your gearbox, and there's your sleigh cylinder, and then there is my tool for you can see it going at the bottom of the starter. That is a brake line. I thought it was. I got to do better on that. And then there's the thing you're going to have to hold somehow, and I guess the only way to do that is going to be with I hate doing it, but some kind of needle nose vice grips. Let's see what I end up doing here. I didn't know that Georgie Fane made a copy of Sitting in the Park. Okay. Alright, so there is about the best I can do and I can hope for. I guess I might reach up in there and I don't know if my big old hand will get up in there. But if it would save me some trouble if I don't stab myself to death with those little pull tie things. Oh, look at that. I can do it. And if I can get it started, then I can lose it. I got it more started than I thought I did. Ooh, about busted my camera lens there. So, alright, you can't really see what I'm doing, but ooh, that's working. Ooh, kids. Now you gotta remember, you gotta put this back on. I remember doing this because the transmission cover wasn't in it, and that makes things a little nicer. Okay, so this would be, I got the nut off. I'm trying to get the, well, I'm so happy it's Saturday night because I don't have any work to do. I'll probably get called in, but it's okay. So that starter stuff, so I'll put it there. Not too bad. Let's get this starter on out of here once I get the sweat out of my face here. Okay, it didn't take so long as I might have thought. Now I am going to show you that the starter is loose down there now, but I'm going to need both hands to get that out. So I'm going to put you right here. Where am I going to? I guess I'll put you right there, and I'll just have to edit whatever goes wrong. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you can't get it around that oil thing too easy. Well, you didn't see much, did you? Well, let's put the camera back up here, and then there she is, right there. She just passed by you. Let's take a look at her over here, and we'll put her in the orientation that she was in the car, and make note of that, because you want to. She's not too greasy down there. I'm sort of happy about all that. Okay, it's not hardly dirty at all, considering. So here we go. So it's in this orientation, so that's like at the 10 o'clock position. I don't know what I'm going to do about all this. There's that little cover band. Those look good. I remember that from before. And she's got a little bit of play in her. Not much. Hey, that protective cap is still there. So you got to make note of where your brushes go on the communicator, the armature, the inside part. Because if you do those wrong, you can put them in backwards, and that means your starter will spin the wrong way. And then you get to hear the zing, 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 which translates to you got to take it out and take all that solder. Oh, shouldn't have done that. I guess I need to go in. Okay, so I accomplished far more today than I thought I was going to. So I guess I could take her up and let her drain oil. She's probably, everything's in the sump anyway. Let's take her up and drain the oil out of her, and then that way it can just be pooling. You know how big I am about letting things drain for a whole day if you can, which is generally not something you can do. Well, let's do that. I'm gonna drain oil, okay? You trust me on that? Okay, thanks. Okay, so let's just take a look at our setup here. It should have Lucas stamped on it somewhere. Oh, there it is. It does. Whoa, we can hardly see that, can you? Let's get this. I don't want to put any brake clean on it yet, because let's just get the numbers off of it so we'll have them. So it's a Lucas 21D assembled in October of 1957. I guess, oh, I'm glad that went off. I don't know what those numbers are. I think it's a 1118G space 3 space 12 volt. And then there's some, I think it's just, what does that say? I guess we'll figure it out later. So the thing to note is that the Lucas faces outboard. And I hope I can mix up a little green and black like I did for the valve cover and sort of make it close to that green anyway. And if I have to order some powder coat to do that, I may do it. Depending on how hard it is to get these screws here out. If I decide to do that, I don't know yet. I gotta keep thinking on it. But there's your busted thing. So it would be these things will get you every time. I wish they didn't have so many dumb switches, but anyway, sometimes they do come in handy, I guess. And yeah. So whatever you do, if you end up in this situation, don't beat that back out. Leave it alone unless you know for a fact it's interfering with something. And if you decide you want to, do it very gingerly, because you'll crack this thing. And well, I'm glad I got air tools. I don't know how many of them bolts there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Must be 20 something of them. We'll get that later. And there's a little bit of, oh, somebody's here. I'm gonna make a little bonus footage here. This is my set of keys and locks I've saved over the years. I don't think that's of any importance to anybody. Certainly not in my world. This stuff's so simple. It's so dirty. You can get these cylinders out. Just turn and get with a paper clip. And you got to look up the history of the paper clip. Very interesting. And you can key these locks to just, this is the only way they work. You've got these metal plates here. Let me see if I can stay in focus here. Put it in the right part of the screen. Okay, and so when you pull your key out, you can see they pop out. See how they pop out? And when they pop out like that, and they go, well, I don't have one open. Let me open one up, and there's just a slot in there. Let me open one up and show you, just kind of for fun. And wonder if I got the key to that monstrosity. Whew. Headlight switch, key switch, all in one. I think I showed that on something the other day. And but anyway, let's see if I can get. Now you see, these got these little holes. when you put the key in there, there'll be a little tab. This is true on the Bonneville. Most old lock cylinders are like this. And so anyway, they got some kind of key to get in to change the key. Let me get one of these cylinders out and I'll show you what I mean. Oops. Oh, I was going to say this too. This is your TR3 to Healey ignition switch. This one failed me. I do remember that. The contacts in it are bad, and one way you can get into this one is by drilling out those things. And in a pinch, I may do that in the future. But right now, I went to British Parts Northwest, not a sponsor, and I'm not going to show you the screen. You can look it up if you want to. British Parts Northwest. And I just ordered them like for $60 to my door. I end up with a new cylinder and a new key set. Fine with me. And now, if I want to take the new cylinder, and if I want to make this key work, I can probably do it. Because see, that says Union Made in England, and you can, if you got the right key set that goes in there, and you put your key in it, and one of these is standing up a little bit, you can just grind it off, and that way you can key your ignition, your glove box if you've got it, and your boot lid latch too. You can key them all to one key. I've done that many times, so flipping easy. The worst thing is on glove box latches, sometimes there's a face and you have to pry it off. You gotta be real careful and crimp it back on, and you can usually tell somebody's been in it, but that's up to you. See how that's crimped around here? See how it's crimped around here? Same principle, a little different day, but that, let's see, I got one. Oh, look at that, I got one right here. Didn't even know it. But I don't know what that's off of. But you can tell if you want into this cylinder, then you're going to have to very carefully pry these things off here and get in there, and that you can see the slot where the slot would be, and you can key these things. I don't know what that's off of, but you know, let me show you what I mean about this. Drop the coin right into the slot. You got to have a key that's really hot. Okay, so I'm going to show you something here, and I'm going to try to keep in focus. So there's another cylinder I just found the key to. So those things are popping up there, right? So you put them in and they smooth down. Well, let's just say you want to key your lock, and that one does all of them but that one right there poking up. So all you got to do is just get a Dremel and shave that off, and then, you know, who's going to steal you? You going to leave your car? You going to leave your vintage British car outside all night? Don't think so. So I mean, you can just key it and just, you know, just don't tell anybody. So there's the right key, but let's just say I want to use this key because it fits something else. That's all there is to it. There's nothing hard. And now let me show you that slot thing I told you about. Well, I found keys to most of these, or all of these actually, or all but the old Nash one, Nash Metro one. But trust me, there's a slot, there's a little brass button down in there when you have it in the lock position, and you push that out, and generally they'll come out. These ain't coming out, so there's a slot in there. And keep these little screws, sometimes they come in handy on some of this stuff, but usually these locks, we do have to remember these were only made to last for, you know, 4 or 5 years. So that's why you just go get a new one. Let's just put that over there, and I'll put it away in a second. I'm all tired, tuckered out here, so I did find another cylinder. I don't know if I needed to order another cylinder. They're only a couple of dollars, but we'll see. Usually, oh, there you go. I didn't even think about showing you that. There's the little pin. There's the little pin that when it's in the lock position, and you see the hole in the cylinder here. When you see that hole, when you see that hole right there, that hole, and then you can poke in there. I didn't even think about doing it that way. And then when you poke this down, it'll just slide out, and it'll come out of the slot or double slot, whatever you got there. Okay, well, so that's all there is for that. I do have two of these keys, so hopefully when I get the new lock, I can. That's an interesting stamped key. It says Union on it. This was my extra key for the Healey back in the day, and it has the same FR749. There you go, FR749 or FP749. What does that say? FR? No, it says FP. Oh, there's a little bit of thing, FP749. So I don't think that's going to do you any good anymore. Okay, so I'm going to keep these handy and take these back out to the shop for future use, and that'll be it for our tutorial on lock stuff. Always make sure your connections are clean, better than those, and make sure they're well connected. I've been stranded. I was stranded one time in South Carolina because a wire came off an ignition switch. Took me a while to find it too. It wasn't too bad. It was I think August 3rd or something. It's only like 103. I was on Highway Nothing somewhere in South Carolina. Jesus. So just make sure make sure all your connections are tight all the time. All right, bye-bye. You knew I wasn't going to be able to stop. So here is here's the barrel, and I got this out of it, and there is your release mechanism, and I used my Leatherman tool right here to poke in there and get it out. I tried to use a chair slide thing, but this seemed to work better. It is not exactly easy to get these out. You kind of push it, and then your tool will lock into this heavily spring-loaded little thing here, and then it can be trying to get it out. Now you can see the two slots I was telling you about. There's those two slots I was telling you about, and you know which way it goes in because of the pin alignment, because this hole right here, you got to stick it in that way. So this is apparently, I didn't need to order one of these, but I'm glad I did, because the other thing you got to remember too, see, this is an old car, you end up with different profiles on the keys. Now you can tell by just looking at that one. Let's look at the original one. You can tell it's only got teeth on one side. It has that particular profile. If you look at the Moss catalog, you can see what I mean, the way the grooves are set up. This is obviously a double, a little bit more secure. Come on. There you go. I guess that's good enough. Yeah, you can see it's got a dual profile, upper and lower. That just has the single. So I don't have a lock cylinder for this one anymore. You can sort of make them happen, but see, when you put it into the cylinder and your pin goes toward the hole, of course, and I'll do that for you in a second, you can see that this one has not been messed with, because all the little locks or these little brass pins are poking up, and so when you put the key in it, let's see if I can do this one-handed. When you put the key in it, I'm almost there. There you go. So when you put the key in it, you can see they'll all go down, and that's the reason there are slots on both sides, and every one of these is a little different. Now I've opened these up and there's been nothing there at all. You can just crank it with your pocket screwdriver, but you watch those, they'll all go down. See? And then you're safe to put it back in here. Now I'm going to put it back in here. Let's see. You knew that was going to happen eventually, didn't you? So you got to make sure your hole is at 12 o'clock. And let's put the camera here. I think I can use this as a tripod. You don't see anything that you shouldn't be seeing. So there it is. It's like Kirk Douglas in Ren and Stimpy when his head comes up in Hollywood. Okay, so there's your hole there. There's your pin here. and it'll just snap right in there. See, and then it won't, and then it won't come out, and then unless you turn the key. See, now you got it, and that's all there is to these. They're very simple, and that's why it's so easy to key these. If you have the same profile all around your car, on your 3 locks, on the old ones maybe 2, maybe 3, whatever. If you got a Sprite, you don't have a boot lid, so you don't have to worry about locking it. You have to worry about losing everything back there and crawling in there with your feet sticking out trying to find your wrenches and stuff, but that's about it. So that's all there is to these key locks. They're very, very simple. The only thing I will tell you is you really want to, one of the reasons that you want to use relays in your car, a lot of times, and that's why they use solenoids and all that, is to keep the voltages down and the amperages down inside these cylinders. They're not great inside. They're just simple sliding little dimpled contacts, and they burn. This is what happened on the Kubota. So that's one of the reasons you go to Spark Fun or wherever you get your relays. When I can, I'll pay the extra and get real Bosch ones. So I'd recommend those if you can get them. So there you go. That's the way locks work in these things, in most things actually. So it's very, very simple indeed. Impress your friends with having one key that fits everything on your car. All right, that's enough of that, isn't it?
What's up, Slick?
Okay, wipe your muddy boots.
Oh, yeah.
I just mopped the floor.
Oh, you mopped the floor?
Yeah, lights, camera, action.
All right. I'm taking my bloody boots off.
Yeah, take
How's
your
that?
bloody boots. Look at you. You scuzzy looking thing, you.
What's up there?
Damn glad to see you.
Yeah. It smells funky in here.
I know, well, that's because I'm in here.
Oh.
I just mopped the floors.
Are you the funky monkey?
And
What's up with the big house cleaning thing, man?
It's just time to clean the house.
What do you do this? Once a month or what?
I don't know, whenever it strikes me. And I've learned the only carpets
Who says bachelors can't live like kings, huh?
I do live like a king.
Yeah.
And I only carpets I have are the bath mats.
Yeah.
And so that catches everything.
Right.
So all you got to do is tumble them for like 20 minutes on air fluff. Yeah. And all the stuff, just
air fluff. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you can reach down there. Go down there. That's what that's for.
Right. I didn't want to get all over your dirty floor, clean floor.
Well, not again.
Dirty clean floor.
Dirty clean.
Clean
floor.
dirty floor.
So yeah. So you don't like being called a hay shaker?
What's a hay shaker?
I don't know. Just somebody who works on a farm.
Oh, hay shaker. Oh, yeah. I saw them sod busters.
A sod busters?
Yeah.
I was going to call you a rat scallion.
A rat scallion. Hey, you do have a wet floor, don't you?
I told you. I just mopped.
Well, let's get a towel. Let's wipe it up. Dry it
because I got the fans going.
Oh,
see, I got all these fans going.
Lazy
I got the.
Lazy
No! Yeah, why do you keep calling me lazy? I just mopped the floor. You can't be too lazy.
I didn't see it. I wasn't here.
Oh, there's the mop. Here's the mop.
Your maid might have got it.
I know, yeah. Not again. Not my nanny. I had multiple nannies.
I'm going for a beer.
You're going for a beer.
Yeah,
okay, okay. Well, not in there.
No? You don't keep beers in the fridge?
I'm just kidding. It's back in the back there.
I just want one.
Okay. Well, you can have all of them.
One cold one.
And now, we all know the drill.
Oh, yeah.
What did you unlatched, dislatched?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, reach up in there and get you a cold.
Oh, man, look at them pizzas, man.
I know. You want a pizza?
No.
I'll make you a pizza.
No, I know you will, but I'm good, thanks.
I'll make you some oyster spaghetti. You don't put a
Can't wait for that.
You want? Well, we used to do that. There's I think that's the end of Wells Fargo, and Randolph Scott's coming on. You don't want a pony of a little brandy under that?
Oh no.
What a puss!
Tonight I am. Yeah.
What's happening tonight?
Nothing. I was in pretty good shape when I went home last night. I better not get in that kind of shape again.
Oh, okay. There's my new lighting for the fountain. Come over here and look at my new lighting for the fountain. I found that let's turn this off. Oh yeah. Carmen, shut. See, I'm doing a new thing. I'm going to talk about it later.
Yeah.
But doesn't that look better?
Yes.
And that's just a little test shot. But the other lights I did didn't work. So have a seat.
That's like
I have to sort of. I know when I
finish.
Oh, okay.
Up the beer here.
I know when he's coming, so I have to line. So yeah, I got a new thing going, and I ordered some stuff today, and I'm gonna try to run off the angry beavers.
Angry beavers.
Yeah, I got 100. I got 100 and.
You don't want to make.
Did you put that can in there?
Yeah, I did.
I told you like 50
Oh,
flipping
back
times.
in the sink.
Just put it on the left side. There you go. That's more like it.
I hate angry beavers.
Anything one. Yeah, I like him to be a little
Nothing
bit,
worse than an angry beaver.
Yeah. So
A beaver with a chip on its shoulder.
I'm gonna put lights around the perimeter of the property and turn them on and off now and then, and hopefully that's gonna run them off. So I don't know. They're eating the damn house over here. Did you not see where they're eating the house?
No.
Oh, come on out here.
What the hell?
Yeah, I told. I don't. Come on. You won't believe it.
Birds or angry beavers?
No.
Was it a real beaver or is it a one in
No.
what do you call them?
Groundhogs.
Groundhogs?
Yeah.
Is that what's doing it?
Yeah. If you look right there, they pulled the siding off and they chewed it. There are big chew marks on it. See the chew marks?
Son of a
beaver. But you can see where they took big chunks. See the chunks laying on the ground? They were trying to get in on me.
Beavers eating your house, man.
I tell you.
Yeah. Where are the coyotes when you need them?
I know. So yeah, couldn't believe it. I came out here to cut grass. See what I did was I got some good waterproof rope lights, and that's rope lights down in there instead of running the 12-volt system. And I'm going to put all kind of lights around out here. And then when Branson gets here, he can spread them. Oh, this
finish the pit gravel for you.
Yeah. So anyway, well, there's the evening sky. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, bye.